Here with more, Mr. Richard Socarides, former senior advisor to Bill Clinton and a Democratic strategist, and Margaret Hoover, CNN political commentator, Republican consultant. So, Margaret, you, full disclosure, you know Mr. Rove. You worked with him, what, 2004, 2005 in the White House?
Yep.
All right, but we're not pinning this on you. But here's what I see. Correct the assumption.
Pin it on me.
I
It's
see
not
it,
my idea.
I see it's like a football huddle.
Margaret's
all right,
the
and Karl
mastermind.
Rove is like drawing in the sand. He's like, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to carry the ball on this one. I'm going to take this shot. And then you can all jump in and say, how could you say that, Karl? But then it's out there. And treat it like a legitimate interview.
But you're not going to say
Oh
that.
my God, that's exactly
Play
right.
dirty on one.
That's exactly right.
And then he
What
comes
are
up.
we here for, Chris? Why am
And
I
now
here
it's
at
working.
6 in the morning?
And it's working.
And we're done. Thanks, everybody, for coming.
Karl Rove bumped his head as well. I mean, you know.
What do you think, Margaret? Help
Look,
us with
look,
this.
okay, first of all, I clearly that works. But let's also not forget that age is a very reasonable thing to mention about anyone's age. You have to be careful when it's a female president. But remember,
wasn't
this is
talking
what
about
happened.
age.
But this is age and health, as always has to be age. And this has been raised for Ronald Reagan, Bob Dole, John McCain, Dick Cheney, over and over and over again. In fact, it was so much of an issue for Ronald Reagan that he owned it. At every campaign stop in New Hampshire when he was campaigning, he made his 69th birthday celebration. And by the end of the campaign, he actually was seen as more vigorous than Jimmy Carter because he doubled down and just owned it. So Hillary could actually take a page from this, not let it sort of hurt her, and she could embrace it and kick back, which, by the way, she already has.
But do you think it's a good? What do you think Karl Rove is doing? Is he doing
I
something
think you
that's
guys,
smart?
look, I think you guys nailed. I mean, I think you guys nailed it.
Well,
You
it
put it
depends
out
how you
there.
define smart.
You let the right cogitate on it. Karl is crazy like a fox.
He raised it with McCain,
and he
though,
knows
Crazy like a fox.
Crazy like a fox,
It's
right?
not this way, though.
thing,
There's a difference between, Richard, weigh in on this. There's a reasonable basis to question age, advanced age, health problems. You mentioned Dick Cheney, with all due respect to him and hopefully his future health. The guy had, many heart
Serious
attacks.
health issues.
Listen, the truth is, Hillary Clinton is a relatively young woman in this day and age. I mean, she's 66 years old. She's not that much.
66 is the new 56.
I mean, exactly, or the new 46.
Right.
I mean,
Seriously,
it really is. I mean, people
I'm
are living,
12.
but people are living longer. No one really, no one really questions her stamina or her intellect. I mean, she's giving a speech today at the World
Including
Bank.
Lindsey Graham.
I mean, who else at this table is giving a speech today at the World Bank on, world monetary policy, right? I mean, nobody questions her ability and her intellect and her sharpness. But so now all of a sudden, Karl Rove comes out with this big lie. It really is like a big lie. It's the McCarthyism of the internet age, where you can put anything out there, make a big lie, make this thing up about 30 days in the hospital, which was patently not true, make this thing up about sunglasses. I never heard of sunglasses that are for people, specially designed sunglasses for people who have brain injuries. I mean, it was totally fabricated. Then he pulls it back. Now we're having this whole segment on it. And Margaret very reasonably says, well, of course, age is going to be a consideration, so it's not so bad. Age should not be a consideration. She's a relatively young woman. There are no issues.
No. If you're going to be the leader of the free world,
I mean, listen,
age is perfectly reasonable thing to make sure that people, and it's not just age. It's age, it's health, it's stamina. I mean, was Reagan as robust and vigorous
okay,
at
so
80?
we're having this. So we're having this
where's the
conversation.
line, then?
But
Where's the
Ronald
line?
Reagan was 80. Hillary Clinton is 66.
But
But he was almost the same age when he took office. They'll both
But
be
draw
69.
the line then. If age at some point is a valid topic, if the health of a candidate is
There's
a
no
valid
line.
topic, where is the
The
line?
health and age of every candidate is always on the table and should be vigorously reviewed by the American people.
But she's not a candidate
before
yet.
they take office. But is Chris Christie
she's
a
a
candidate?
candidate.
Is
She's
Chris
a
Christie
candidate.
a candidate? And does it matter that he had lap band surgery?
The whole
Does it
point
matter
of it, though,
that
is
he's
that
overweight?
Karl Rove is a very smart man. We're having this conversation, so in a way, we are legitimizing it, and it
And guess
will
what?
be a part
Guess
of the
what else
campaign.
we're doing? We're also allowing Karl Rove to fundraise for his super PAC because we're giving him
Do you think
more
it is all about
attention.
fundraising? Not just for his super
And
PAC,
it's
but
all about
bringing
hurting
this
the
issue
candidate,
up.
too.
Do you think it is about? How does it hurt her? Does this hurt Hillary Clinton at all?
Well, I think it'll backfire. I actually do think
I
it'll
think it could hurt
backfire.
Republicans.
I think it will
Right.
really hurt Republicans, and I think it shows how desperate Republicans are, that they have nothing going on, they have no candidate, their front runner, Christie, is self-destructing, and now they've got to go out, they've got to make up
I gotta tell you,
stuff out of whole
I saw
cloth.
both Jeb Bush and Paul Ryan the other night, and I will tell
Okay,
you,
well,
both
listen,
of them
if
looked
Jeb
good.
Bush
Both
can...
of them looked good.
The problem is, for you guys, that Jeb Bush cannot run and be nominated by the Republican Party.
I know. I
think he'd be
I
a
heard
good
that Paul
candidate.
Ryan's max in the bench press fell from 250 to 240. Maybe there's something going on with his pec muscle over his heart.
P90X.
No,
I love
it's
this on the
P90X,
campaign trail.
In all
It's amazing,
seriousness, though,
seriously.
Republicans do need to be careful because when we have a woman front runner on the other side, you do have to be careful because we make ourselves susceptible to these double standards.
Well, because
that play
we really,
against
if we
women.
get back into talking about her pantsuits, I'm going to light something on fire.
It's
No, but
a
seriously,
whole new
will you
ballgame,
talk about that?
actually.
Because that's a potential landmine, minefield.
Yeah, look, we
to
are setting ourselves up
this.
for another sort of fabricated war on women.
Will it be the
attack,
same
right?
though, like Obama, President Obama, well, candidate Obama then had a tough time talking about race. Will it have the sort of same effect talking about women's issues? Will she walk that tightrope?
Well,
when
look,
it comes to-
she's already done it, right? But the attacks against her, and frankly, the attacks against Sarah Palin, many of them were deeply sexist.
Yeah.
So whoever is running against her has to be very careful about it. You can't just go out and attack a woman's age, because what are you saying? Is that, it's not the same as attacking
And
a
you have
man's
to be
age.
careful. We've talked about this before on another topic. You have to be careful when she polls even better when she's seen as
She
a
is
victim of
seen as a
something.
victim.
Yeah.
She's a victim right now, Hoover. She's a victim.
Margaret.
Right
I think Hillary Clinton is
Margaret's
a very
the
strong
mastermind.
woman who doesn't need anybody's defense. She's
Margaret,
very
you
powerful and strong
behaved
on her own.
badly.
Or as Lindsey
Once
Graham
again.
said.
You promised you wouldn't kneecap me.
Uh-oh. Now it's getting
It's
good.
cable TV. People get kneecapped.
Watch
You're
out.
lucky it's not a knife.
It's too early to kneecap anybody.
Okay. Keep it clean, guys. All right.